Your court television news starting now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a very breaking news update edition with your host, moi, NJCourts, here on a TGIF Friday, December the 8th. My gosh, we are blowing through this month quicker than I thought. Before you know it, it is already going to be Christmas Day. So, for those that like to wait till the last minute, I hope you get your orders in here pretty soon, because I'll tell you what, I'm one of those, and I've already experienced a lot of delays in shipping, and that was stuff I already shipped out about a week ago. So just a heads up to my friends that just like to be like me, the last minuters. If you want it to get there on time, especially if you're going to use Amazonian land, I suggest you probably start putting your orders in now. But that's neither here nor there. I want to say thank you, a huge thank you for everybody for joining me on this TGIF beautiful Friday, at least it is for here, down in southern New Mexico, where I'm temporarily located here at the Mobile Studio 1. I think this is mobile. We've got a few mobile studios. But anyways, and for those that may be experiencing the not so nice weather, well, hey, it is the winter time. Be safe, be careful, and just a few months, and then we get back to that nice sun coming out. We can go out and enjoy ourselves, especially for those that don't like the winter, all right? I know a lot of you may love the snow, love going out and doing a lot of your snow things, snowboarding, skiing, all that good stuff. So enjoy. But want to say big thank you to everybody for being here today. Big thank you to all my mods for taking the time out of your day for being here, and much support. Thank you again. I want to say huge thank you to all the members of the jury. Oh, yes, I appreciate you guys, all your support. And I appreciate you being here, especially on these breaking news updates. Because, again, if you don't have that notification on, you don't know that it goes on. So I appreciate y'all having those notifications on. Again, I appreciate y'all taking whatever you're doing now and taking the time to stop and taking the time to just hang out here with me. And boy, oh boy, I got a pretty good one for you, as we've all been waiting for. And trust me, I didn't do this on purpose, okay? As a matter of fact, I really thought that I wasn't even going to have this audio, and it was going to be something I was going to have to work on next week. And I was hoping not to go into next week without having the audio. So without further ado, we've got the audio. So I'm not even going to keep you guys on the edge of your seat anymore. We've got the audio. We're going to start off just listening to that. Before we do that, though, I do want to catch everybody up on, kind of what was going on. To do that, I'm going to allow Controlla to go ahead and give her own update, as we've done the last few times we've done this court update, and that's pertaining to the date of December 4th. Okay, so I know we're kind of getting a little confusing since it's been a few days, but all this stuff we're talking about has to do with the hearing, the court hearing that she had on December 4th, which was of this week, okay? As a matter of fact, well, that was Monday, right? Let me just double check on my calendar. Sorry, I got so many windows open. Yep, that was Monday. Okay, so she had her hearing. She came on and kind of gave her own update, which we're going to listen to, and shout out to More Crazy Clips channel. We've actually been playing this clip a few times. I'm going to let you guys hear the update from her, and then we're going to just go ahead and go right into the audio, and then we'll have a discussion, okay? And don't worry, we'll play the audio a couple of times. Shout out to my replay crew that's going to be catching this a little bit later. I appreciate you guys for being here. And yeah, here we go. Let me just get my chat set up here on the phone, so that way as the audio clip's playing, I can take a look at everything. Oh, yes, and thank you. One of my mods was just so kind to remind me. I also have an update on the EBZ case. So as soon as we're done with the Controlla case update, I have an update for you on the EBZ court case. So remind me to do that update before I end the stream tonight, or not tonight, for today, excuse me. All right, so let me get everything pulled up here. Let me get kind of situated. That could kind of give everybody a little bit of time to get into the chat, or at least if you don't want to chat, at least to hang out here in the channel. So let's see here. Close these unnecessary windows I don't need. Don't need the calendar anymore. Got that. Let's get chat up here. That's me. That's the channel. There you guys are. Got that. Oh, let me turn myself down. Chat up here. There we go. So looks like we got about 160 of it people here. So welcome everybody. Since we have so many people here and we want to, I know we're excited to just get right into the audio. I'm going to say a big welcome to everybody, especially people just joining us now. Everybody's saying, hey, NJ. I love to say shout out to every single one of you like I usually do. But for time's sake and being that it is Friday and I know a lot of you are listening from work or it's probably around lunch break for a lot of people, we'll get right into it, okay? So again, big welcome to everybody. I got chat set up here so I can see all the members of the jury. I can see everybody's cool loyalty badge next to them. I can see who the OGs are, triple OGs, double OGs are. I can see all the new members of the jury. I can see everything you guys spam out, including all those cool-ass emojis that you guys have access to, members of the jury. So let's get going. All right. So as we said, let's start off with the update from Controlla herself as to what she said happened. And then we're going to pretty much play the video right after, which is going to include the audio of exactly what happened. That way we can kind of fact check everything again. Okay. Now, for some of you that already missed it, the last two kind of updates we've had on this court hearing, I've already been able to update everybody on exactly what she pled guilty to. So for some of us that have been already following that, that's not going to be any news to us, okay? Now, a lot of things are going to be clarified in this audio, and I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why I'm probably sure Controlla was hoping that this audio didn't get in my hands or, out into the media, because there's something that she's probably going to want nobody to listen to or hear because, man, does this contradict a lot of shit she spoke about, okay? Including a very direct statement she made pertaining to what we're going to hear in this audio coming up here very shortly. And I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this. Hey, we've got Darlene Valenzuela. Darlene starting us off with a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Darlene. I see it right there, and I appreciate it. And it says, get up. Much love back to you, Darlene. And this slam goes out to you. And spam them if you got them, chat. Gabble, gabble, gabble time. Oh, yeah. Let's get this show started the right way, shall we? All right. So let's go over to More Crazy Clips channel. Shout out to them. I'll be throwing the link in here in a second. And again, we're going to listen to what Controlla had to say happened to her on that court case. Again, this is stemming from the December the 4th hearing. According to her, she, instead of going forth with a jury trial, she went ahead and pled guilty, okay, to a couple of charges. So we're just going to let her explain it. And then again, we're going to go straight into the audio clip of that hearing, okay? But first, we will definitely take a pause for the cause because we've got Subaru with a $2 super sticker that says, still waiting on my sticker. Subaru, I know, okay? A lot of you are. They are sent, I promise you. So you shall start getting them probably within the weekend, next weekday. Might even just arrive right on Christmas Day for some of y'all. Like I said, don't say Uncle NJ didn't get you anything, all right? Superroofer, thank you again so much for your support, my friend. And guess what? I actually sent you 2 of them, all right? So don't say your Uncle NJ didn't get you anything for sure. And then we've got SoCal with the $5 super chat that says, please say hi to all the fish you never caught. Oh, welcome, SoCal. Good to see you, my friend. And yes, I'll definitely say hi from you to all the fish I never caught. Subaru for SoCal, thank you again so much for your continued support. Thank you again for being part of the Mod Squad and all your help, my friends. This gavel slam goes out to you. Slam them if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. Joe G! What up, Joe G? What up, Joe G? Another member of the Mod Squad. Joe G with the $5 super chat that says, always the best chat. And I'm going to have to say, absolutely the best chat. Joe G, thank you so much for your support. Again, thank you so much for being part of the Mod Squad and all your help, my friend. This gavel slam goes out to you. Spam them gavels if you got them, chat. Let's get this show started the right way. Let's get this breaking news update going the right way. And as promised, the audio from the December 4th Controlla court hearing coming right up after this gavel slam. Don't want to break my laptop right before the audio. I know all the haters are there like going, oh my God, hurry up, don't smash the laptop before the audio. I got to screen record this audio really quick, don't break it. Don't worry, haters, you'll get the audio as promised. Oh my gosh. Oh no, with the $4.99, gotta be specific. Just kidding. We'll just call it $5 super chat that says, keep it coming. Let's do it. Oh no, thank you so much for your help, my friend. Another member of the Mod Squad. Again, thank you for what you do, and I appreciate your continued support. This gavel slam goes out to you. Oh no! Woo! Man, I better be careful. I'm serious. I have a feeling I'm going to smash the laptop, and then we're not going to have any stream. All right. No more donations, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, shoot. I spoke too soon. Hobby Hater with the $5 super chat that reads, hashtag crab dance on them haters. Hobby Hater, you got it. Everybody spam it. Hashtag crab on them hash haters. What's a hash tater? That sounds like something from McDonald's. Can I get a hash tater, a side of hash taters? Hey, that sound actually trademark that for somebody really quick. Don't let McDonald's steal that. Hobby Hater, again, thank you so much for your continued support. Spam the sentence, hashtag crab on them haters, please. And much appreciated again, my friend. Don't worry, haters. Don't worry. I'm not going to hit the laptop. Wandering Spirit, making him continue to wait. I love it. With the $5 super chat that says, NJC, how's the lube life? Can we get a lube life emoji? Wandering Spirit, to answer question number 1, my arm feels really great. So I'm going to give the lube life 4 out of 5 stars right now, with 5 stars pending. I'll get into that a little later, not today. And answer your other question, we can absolutely get a lube life emoji coming here very soon, my friend. Thank you again so much for your continued support. Wandering Spirit, this gavel slam goes out to you. Chat, spam them if you got them. Gavel, gavel, gavel time. And I think we're not going to get this show started yet because we've got Gianna with another $4.99 super sticker. Or no, excuse me, a super chat that says, Dono train, all aboard. Come on. Let's go, Diana. I appreciate it. And yes, all aboard. Oh, man, I'm sorry for all you that have your headphones on. I'm sorry. So here you go. Here's your trigger warning for my headphone users. Trigger warning. Let me see y'all slam them gavels if you got them. Deanna, thank you so much for your continued support, my friend, and much appreciated. Sip of the water. All right. Are you guys ready? Can we start the breaking news update? Oh, man, I love you guys. Much appreciate the support, y'all. I really do. Again, thank you so much. So, as we were going into, yes, the update from Controlla. Sorry, I almost got a little distracted with that. All right, here we go. All right, so just so in all fairness, so we can continue forth, if we do get any donations continuing on, as soon as the clip's over, I will go ahead and shout you out, okay? I promise. Don't think I didn't forget. All right, here we go. So more crazy clips. Thank you again so much for this clip here. Let me get your link here, so that way if you have not checked out More Crazy Clips channel, I really suggest you do so. They're actually at 876 subscribers, so if you have not subscribed, give them a subscription. Let's get them to 1,000 subscribers if we can get them this weekend. All right, here is the link. Copy. Let me put it down here. There's that. Let me go here. Let me get this on the big screen. Oh, wait, I got to share it first. Let me share the screen. I'm getting a little excited. Sorry. I got a little side myself. Okay, here we go. Present. Share screen. There we go. All right, so here we go. I present to you Controlla giving her own update as far as what happened to her on December the 4th. And then we're going to follow up her update by the actual audio of what actually happened on that date. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, shout out to the More Crazy Clips channel for this clip.
I know that a lot of narratives are going to go around today, and a lot of people are going to be pushing their version of events. I pled out today. I pled out. I don't know how many people are familiar with that means, but I pled guilty to misdemeanors. I pled guilty to 2 misdemeanors. I think it was a fair disposition, I guess. I mean, I think that it was ridiculous to begin with. Like, I just think it was such a ridiculous situation. It was not warranted. It was a witch hunt on a lot of levels, but pretty, you know, it is what it is. I felt like, no, I'm not serving any time. I just feel like because of the situation, like the state was not going to fully back down, which is expected in situations like this. But I don't have a felony. I got 2 disorderly conducts. That's what I got. One of the disorderly conducts obviously is like a battery. I got a battery assault, like a battery misdemeanor. It's like a misdemeanor battery charge, because there was that assault auto, and then I have another misdemeanor charge as well, just a disorderly person. So my charges that I pled out to today were 2 disorderly persons charges.
Cashapp,
and that's really it.
Person.
There's no trial. There's really, nothing else. Now, obviously, there's still sentencing that has to go on, because that's how a court case works.
And there's a lot.
Merry Christmas!
Let me just say this. There's a lot more that's going to be going on in that.
That's how a court case works.
Than she has pretty much discussed about in that little short update. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just clear this out here. Without further ado, I'm going to present to you the court audio from the December 4th Controlla court hearing, okay, which you will hear in the audio. She was in attendance. We're going to fact check what she has just said in her update against what we're going to hear in the audio. Now, for some of y'all, just to let you know, I have literally just listened to this once, and that was just while I just edited. And the only thing I do when I edit this audio is and thankfully I have an option on the editing software that I have that allows me to, I guess, what's the correct word to use? Increase the volume from the natural volume that is, occurring through the microphone, through the audio clip. And that helps a lot, I'm telling you, okay? So it's still going to be a little, not hard to hear, but I would recommend that you probably turn up your volume as high as you can. And then from there, if it's a little too loud, turn it down. But don't worry, we'll play the clip a few times. But as I was saying, I've literally just listened to this just the one time I played it through while I was adjusting the volume, okay? So I've listened to it kind of, not even like fully, just kind of once. I'm going to be taking notes along with you. We'll play it a couple of times, and then we'll have a little bit of discussion. That way we can fact check it to what Controlla said, which, like I said, for most of you that already been following this update, you know that we've already fact checked as far as what she pled guilty to, which was going to be in the state of New Jersey, they call them DPs, disorderly person charges. they're the same thing as a misdemeanor charge. So not to get confused, but when she says DP, that's all that means. So it was 2 disorderly person charges of assault by auto. But there's a lot more that goes on in this hearing that has to do going forth into the sentencing hearing. And remember, I said, I have a feeling that with this audio, we're going to learn a lot more that has to do with giving us an idea as far as what we can expect come that sentencing hearing, which we've already broke that news is going to be happening February 9th. Okay, so I'll zip it up. Let's go. Like I said, put that volume up loud and adjust it down as you go is my recommendation. We'll play it a few times if we get any donations as this clip is going. As a courtesy to everybody, I'm going to go ahead and wait till the clip's over, and then I will shout out those donations, okay? All right, so here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back, relax. Give you about a minute to go get some popcorn and soda pop. Go take a little pee-pee break. Then we'll get started. Perfect timing. What up, Zen? What up, SoCal? Moho, Miss Sassy to you fools. Hate goes here. Throw a little shout outs as we're waiting. Miss FSU, Soup Roofer, Wacky Jackie, Passed Out Andy, oh no, Joe G, Kimberly 71, Spurs, Spirit in the Sky Blue, welcome my friends, Grunge Truck, let's see, Brandy J, Satan Ritual, Mojo, Hobby Hater, Balls Itch, AG, Candy Kiss, welcome my friends, Flip Flat, I see you, welcome. All right, I think that gave everybody enough time. Let's get this audio going. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you missed something, don't worry. I'm going to replay it again. I'll play it twice, and then we'll have a little discussion, okay? Here we go.
Under indictment 2305. Next matter on the calendar is entitled State versus Tabona under indictment 2305-577, appearances of counsel, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Andrew Seward on behalf of Bernstein Benedetto on behalf of Mr. Bona.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, ma'am. Can we swear in Mr. Bona?
Yeah, please raise your right hand, say your full name for the record, and spell your last name.
Carissa Tabona, Tabona.
Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give this court today to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Raise your hand, please keep your voice up if you're recorded.
How old are you, ma'am?
37.
How far did you go in school?
I'm in college.
Therefore, you read, write, and understand the English language. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drug, alcohol, medication, or suffering from any medical condition that would impact your ability to understand these proceedings?
No.
Did you have an opportunity to go through the plea papers with
Yes.
Mr. Seawalt? And did he answer all the questions you may have had?
Yes.
I see initials at the bottom of each of the pages as well as a signature on page 5. Did you initial and sign these pages, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you understand that by doing so, you're acknowledging that you have reviewed each of the pages and understood them?
Yes.
And I also see some circles where the answers are indicated. Did you do that yourself or your attorney did it on your
My
behalf?
attorney.
And although he may have done it, those are your answers, ma'am?
Yes.
Those answers are truthful?
Yes.
It's my understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to count 1 of the indictment charging you with an amended count of simple assault, which is a disorderly person's offense. Additionally, you're going to be pleading guilty to count 3 of summons 2023-43. Do we have a copy of that summons?
It's in the back, Your Honor,
In the back of what?
of the plea papers. It's right before the indictment.
Right before the indictment?
And they are,
Okay, I got it. Summons 2023-43-1219. Charging you with simple assault or disorderly persons offense. In exchange for your guilty plea, the state's recommendation is a term of non-custodial probation. The underlying charges on the summons will be dismissed, as well as any remaining counts of the indictment. Is that your understanding, ma'am?
yes.
Is that the entirety of the agreement between yourself and the state?
Yes.
Have any outside threats or promises been made in order to get you to enter into this guilty plea?
No.
You doing so knowingly, voluntarily, and of your own free will, not being forced, threatened, or coerced by anyone?
Yes.
Pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Did you have enough time to speak to Mr. Seawald?
Yes.
Did he answer all the questions you may have had?
Yes.
You satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that once this guilty plea is entered, it cannot be taken back except under very limited circumstances?
Yes.
You also understand that you did not have to enter a guilty plea. You could have had a trial.
Yes.
Had you gone to trial, you could have spoken up on your own behalf, remained silent. Mr. Sewell could have cross-examined any witnesses or put in a defense for you, but that's not going to happen because you're entering this guilty plea. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole for any other offense?
No.
You understand as a condition of probation, you must remain offense-free, report as directed, and if you do not, you could face up to 180 days on a disorderly person's offense. And because these are two separate incidences, it could actually be consecutive, making it up to 360 days, ma'am.
Yes.
You face up to a $25 a month probationary supervision fee, $50 victim of crime, up to $100 victim of crime compensation fund penalty, and a $75 safe neighborhood streets fund penalty. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
I do not have to accept the recommendation of the state, but if I did sentence you more harshly, you could take back your guilty plea, and anything you say today would not be used against you. With all those things being taken into consideration, is it still your intention to enter into this guilty plea?
Yes.
In order for me to accept your plea, I first have to hear what it is that you have done, so Mr. Sewell is going to ask you some questions.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Carissa, if I could draw your attention, January 16, 2023, were you operating your motor vehicle in the borough of Sayreville?
Yes.
And would you agree that you operated the vehicle in a reckless manner, specifically by utilizing a handheld electronic device, correct?
Yes.
And would you agree that it caused, bodily injury to your 5-year-old daughter because she complained about pain to her head, correct?
Yes.
And the passenger in the other vehicle, the front passenger, would you agree the other passenger in the other vehicle, which was hit, complained about pain to her neck, back, left rib area, and left knee?
Yes.
We submit, Your Honor.
But it's likewise satisfied that Ms. Sabona has given an adequate factual basis for the guilty plea. No outside threat. She understands the nature of the charge as well as the consequence of the guilty plea. No outside threats or promises have been made in order to get her to enter into the guilty plea. She's doing so knowingly, voluntarily, and with the assistance of competent counsel, in which she has indicated that she is satisfied. Are we getting a pre-sentence report?
It's for probation. I haven't done a DPP with probation in a while, so I'm not sure if the court requires sentence report for that.
I would move for simultaneous sentencing if the court permitted.
I know that's a criminal division thing. I'm not sure what the current rules are.
Well, sometimes if it's fines and penalties, that's not a big deal, but since it is a probationary offense, are they going to require a pre-sentence report? I don't know that it's always necessary, but because of the nature of the offenses, I'm not sure. It might be most appropriate. Because one of the victims is someone who is not the relative of Mr. Bona, and therefore that person might want to be heard. So
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to have a pre-sentence report. When are we going to sentence on? February 2nd?
February 9th.
It's February 9th. We're going to give you a notice for February 9th, ma'am.
It's here.
But
You know, if possible, I don't know if she could do it by Zoom.
it can be.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're going to give you a paper notice.
All righty. So, yeah, especially towards the end, a lot of things. That's like I said, put that volume up. And don't worry, because I noticed some people got some ads that came through. And again, I apologize. That's part of YouTube starts this now. I guess they call them mid-roll ads that they now put in the middle of a video. And I have no control over that except for putting that I don't want. I have it on like conservative, which is like the most basic. I think it's basic or whatever you call it. So I have it to where it puts the least amount. So I hope that helps a bit. But don't worry, we're going to replay this again. So in case you missed something, don't worry, we'll replay it. Then, of course, this is going to be left up so that you guys can replay it as many times as you'd like. But before we replay this for the second time, I want you all to kind of keep your ear out for a few things, okay? Towards the end here, did you hear that other individual giving her a little bit of an interview? And that individual asked her a few important questions. One of them was she at fault for that accident? Okay, now it might be not the specific way they asked, but more or less, the question was, were you at fault for that accident? She admitted to it under oath, yes. Another question under oath that was asked of her was she at fault for injuring her child? And boy, she had to push that one out. But it was and it was hard to hear, but it was a yes. Okay. And then the other question followed up was, did you have to do or part of, did you injure the other individual, the passenger in this alleged accident? And she had to admit to yes. So if you didn't catch that part, that's towards the end. So listen up for that. You'll also hear the judge towards the end also give Ms. Tabona kind of an outline or an idea of what type of sentencing she is possibly facing based on the charges she just pled guilty to. So keep your ear out for that. And also, if you caught it, she said that those charges would be possibly consecutively, which means they're not going to be done concurrent, which a lot of people wish that happens, which means, and again, I think I have that correctly, which concurrent means that say, for example, you've got two charges, which that's what she pled guilty to. They say for one of the charges, you're going to go to jail for a year. The other charge, you're going to go to jail for a year. Well, if they say that your charges go concurrent, that means that you can pretty much, you'll go to jail just for 1 year, and that acts as the 1 year for both those charges, okay? You don't have to do 2 years. But if they do it consecutively, that means you got to do the 1 year and then followed by another year, okay? They don't count that 1 year for all the other charges. That makes sense, all right? Let's see here. Give me just 1 second. Let me just respond to one of my mods here. All right. So, again, just some things to pay attention to. And then we'll have a discussion afterwards. Again, that was the second time I literally listened to that audio. So I'm jotting down notes as we're going here. And then we'll have a little bit of a chat. But yeah, you can, from what you heard already, her version of her update, it gets a little bit more serious, doesn't it? A lot of things she kind of left out. And that's like why I said I really wanted to listen to this audio, because I had a feeling we were going to learn a lot of stuff that was going to give us an idea of how the sentencing was going to go. I didn't hear anything about the PTI unless you guys caught something and I didn't. So I've got kind of unsure of what I'm assuming that she was denied, because I would assume if she was accepted, she would have gone that route. Oh, the other thing I want you guys to pay attention to is, did you, and we had talked about this a little bit briefly, the last update we did, was, did you hear the judge say that the judge can also defer from the, the recommendations here, okay? So that judge is telling everybody that, and especially that's why they do that pretrial, kind of pretrial screening. And that's where, the judge is going to have the opportunity to kind of look over Controlla's, previous criminal history record. They may have her fill out like a questionnaire. And the judge is going to go over some information that's going to give her an idea more or less which way she wants to go with the sentencing. And that's what the judge is saying, is the judge can also say, I don't want to go with this guilty plea, and just totally toss what is it called? The offer out of the table. Okay. The plea deal, excuse me. So that's what the judge was trying to say. Also, the judge can also, they'll ask for recommendations, from the prosecutor's office and even the defense, as far as what they think the sentencing should come out to be. And even from those recommendations, the judge can do whatever they want, okay? But most importantly, what I wanted you to listen to was the judge straight up says that they can, if they want, they can toss out that plea agreement, okay, and make it go to a trial if they feel like so. And remember, I was saying that, and that's what's important, why I was telling you guys earlier, why these, these videos and clips of Controlla pretty much admitting to the internet that she doesn't feel that her plea deal was fair. That's the exact reason right there that judge is saying why she could just toss out that plea deal and it just go to a trial, because that's what she doesn't want to hear. That judge wants to make sure that that individual took that plea deal because they thought that that was the fair thing, okay? Because they thought that they obviously are saying, I'm guilty. Because what the judge doesn't want is, if that individual really feels that they're not guilty, that they didn't do this, the judge doesn't want them to plead guilty. The judge wants them to have their fair opportunity at going through the judicial system and allowing a jury to decide whether that person's guilty or not guilty. All right. So that's why a reason why the judge can at the very end say, you know what, this came up and now I'm just going to toss out this plea agreement because Ms. DeBona, we reviewed a clip that's saying, this is you, right? Yes. You're stating in this clip that you're not happy with the plea deal, that, you were kind of coerced into this because the internet made you take it. You follow me? So that's, like I said, if I was that individual, I would just zip it up until this whole case is over with. But unfortunately, when you're a narcissist, that's a little hard to do. All right. So let's go ahead and replay that again for everybody. Again, if any donations come through, just for the courtesy of everybody, I'm going to go ahead and hold off on shouting those out until the clip is done. All right. Here we go. We'll play it one more time and then we'll continue our discussion. I just wanted to point out a few things for you guys to listen to on round 2 of replaying this. Yep. Italian Guy TV does make a point there. What a lot of people, and obviously what Big Trolla did and point out is although there's a criminal aspect to this, which is what you guys are witnessing here, there also can be a possible civil aspect to all this, which would come in the form of a civil lawsuit by the party that was part of, was right here as part of her admission. She's even admitting to it that she was responsible for causing the accident, causing damage to that party's automobile, as well as at fault at causing the injury to those individuals in that automobile. So at that point, that can be used in a civil court as admission, as evidence for a pretty much, what do they find it? I guess they would, the word I'm trying to use, find Pretty much just finding. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart, but you get what I'm trying to say. Not going to sit here for a minute while you guys are waiting for round 2 to start. I'll remember if I can think of it again. Oh, a judgment. There you go. Sorry. For some reason, I can never remember that word, judgment. So they can easily grant a judgment, okay, to the people that were part of the, the other party that was hit in the accident for whatever amount, monetary amount that they're seeking, okay? So, all right. So, and that's other things, again, aside from what we're covering here. This is the criminal aspect of it. But again, that's just something to keep in mind. It happens a lot, especially when it comes down to these type of, automobile accidents and stuff like that. All right, especially when there's injuries. Okay, so here we go, round 2.
On the calendar is entitled State versus Tabona under indictment 2305-577, appearances of counsel, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Linda Ross, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. NJCourts on behalf of Bernstein Benedetto on behalf of Mr. Bono.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, ma'am. Can we swear in Mr. Bona?
Yeah, please raise your right hand, say your full name for the record, and spell your last name.
Carissa Tabona, Tabona.
You swear firm testimony about to give this court today to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Ready, you can have a seat, please. Keep your voice up, you're being recorded.
How old are you, ma'am?
37.
How far did you go in school?
I'm in college.
Therefore, you read, write, and understand the English language. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drug, alcohol, medication, or suffering from any medical condition that would impact your ability to understand these proceedings?
No.
Did you have an opportunity to go through the plea papers with
Yes.
Mr. Seawalt? And did he answer all the questions you may have had?
Yes.
I see initials at the bottom of each of the pages as well as a signature on page 5. Did you initial and sign these pages, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you understand that by doing so, you're acknowledging that you have reviewed each of the pages and understood them?
Yes.
And I also see some circles where the answers are indicated. Did you do that yourself or your attorney did it on your
My
behalf?
attorney.
And although he may have done it, those are your answers, ma'am?
Yes.
Those answers are truthful?
Yes.
It's my understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to count 1 of the indictment, charging you with an amended count of simple assault, which is a disorderly person's offense. Additionally, you're going to be pleading guilty to count 3 of summons 2023-43. Do we have a copy of that summons?
It's in the back, Your Honor.
In the back of what?
Of the plea papers. It's right before the indictment.
Right before the indictment?
And they are,
Okay, I got it. Summons 2023-43-1219. Charging you with simple assault, a disorderly person's offense. In exchange for your guilty plea, the state's recommendation is a term of non-custodial probation. The underlying charges on the summons will be dismissed as well as any remaining counts of the indictment. Is that your understanding, ma'am?
Yes.
Is that the entirety of the agreement between yourself and the state?
Yes.
Have any outside threats or promises been made in order to get you to enter into this guilty plea?
No.
You doing so knowingly, voluntarily, and of your own free will, not being forced, threatened, or coerced by anyone?
Yes.
Pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Did you have enough time to speak to Mr. Seawald?
Yes.
Did he answer all the questions you may have had?
Yes.
You satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that once this guilty plea is entered, it cannot be taken back except under very limited circumstances?
Yes.
You also understand that you did not have to enter a guilty plea. You could have had a trial.
Yes.
Had you gone to trial, you could have spoken up on your own behalf, remained silent. Mr. Seawald could have cross-examined any witnesses or put in a defense for you, but that's not going to happen. because you're entering this guilty plea. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole for any other offense?
No.
You understand as a condition of probation, you must remain offense-free, report as directed, and if you do not, you could face up to 180 days on a disorderly person's offense. And because these are two separate incidences, it could actually be consecutive, making it up to 360 days, ma'am.
Yes.
You face up to a $25 a month probationary supervision fee, $50 victim of crime, up to $100 victim of crime compensation fund penalty, and a $75 safe neighborhood streets fund penalty. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
I do not have to accept the recommendation of the state, but if I did sentence you more harshly, you could take back your guilty plea, and anything you say today would not be used against you. With all those things being taken into consideration, is it still your intention to enter into this guilty plea?
Yes.
In order for me to accept your plea, I first have to hear what it is that you have done, so Mr. Sewell is going to ask you some questions.
Yes, thank you. Carissa, if I could draw your attention, January 16, 2023, were you operating your motor vehicle in the borough of Sayreville?
Yes.
And would you agree that you operated the vehicle in a reckless manner, specifically by utilizing a handheld electronic device, correct?
Yes.
And would you agree that it caused, bodily injury to your 5-year-old daughter because she complained about pain to her head, correct?
Yes.
And the passenger in the other vehicle, the front passenger, would you agree the other passenger in the other vehicle, which was hit, complained about pain to her neck, back, left rib area, and left knee?
Yes.
We submit, Your Honor.
Court is likewise satisfied that Mr. Bona has given an adequate factual basis for the guilty plea. No outside threat. She understands the nature of the charge as well as the consequence of the guilty plea. No outside threats or promises have been made in order to get her to enter into the guilty plea. She's doing so knowingly, voluntarily, and with the assistance of competent counsel, in which she has indicated that she is satisfied. Are we getting a pre-sentence report?
It's for probation. I haven't done a DPP with probation in a while, so I'm not sure if the court requires pre-sentence report for that.
I would move for simultaneous sentencing if the court permitted.
I know that's a criminal division thing. I'm not sure what the current rules are.
Well, sometimes if it's fines and penalties, that's not a big deal, but since it is a probationary offense, are they going to require a pre-sentence report? I don't know that it's always necessary, but because of the nature of the offenses, I'm not sure. It might be most appropriate. Because one of the victims is someone who is not the relative of Mr. Bona, and therefore that person might want to be heard. So
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to have a pre-sentence report. When are we going to sentence on? February 2nd? It's February 9th. We're going to give you a notice for February 9th, ma'am.
It's here.
But
If possible, I don't know if she could do it by Zoom.
it can be.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're going to give you a paper notice.
All right, there you guys go. So, second time, I got a lot of notes down. Now that I was able to listen to what I was kind of listening to, or what I was trying to listen to, I got everything I needed. So, let's have a little discussion here. Let me pull this off of here. So, just to clarify a few things, pretty much what I think I'm hearing, but what we've heard, and that's why I wanted to clarify things, is for sure we know that she pled guilty to 2 disorderly persons charges, which we've now known that disorderly person just means a misdemeanor. So depending on your state, in New Jersey, they call it a disorderly persons charge. You may also call it in your state a misdemeanor charge. So as far as what's in the case or docket notes, it shows in the docket notes, and again, this is all public information that you guys can access. So if you guys want to fact check me, you're more than welcome to. But in the docket notes, it does read that she pled guilty to 2 charges of assault by auto. Okay. You hear the judge, though, say that one of the charges that she pled guilty to was, excuse me, I got it right here. Simple assault, which there is a difference. Okay. It has a different statute code or penal code, however you want to say it. I may even got that wrong, but it also carries a little bit more of I think it's a little bit harsher as far as, the fines or sentencing that comes with it. And that's with the simple assault. So according to what the judge is saying is that they amended one of the charges, okay, from the endangering to the assault by auto, okay, which is a misdemeanor. They're going to go ahead and dismiss the hindering charge, okay? And then they're going to have her plead guilty to the other charge, which the judge said was a simple assault. But in the docket notes or in the case paperwork, it does read that it's an assault by auto. So I guess we needed to I'm going to go with what's on the docket notes. I think the judge may have just said it wrong or incorrectly, but that's just something to keep in mind, okay? But either way, we do know it was 2 misdemeanors or 2 disorderly person charges she pled guilty to, both having to do with assault by auto. One of them may be a simple assault, the other one an assault by auto, but what's in the notes is, according to what we're looking at, is both of them are assault by autos, okay? So I hope that clarifies that, if you guys kind of caught that and were getting confused. Let's see. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? You did catch the kind of information the judge talked about, how they can, the judge at any time, especially after reading the pre-sentence report, can, throw out that plea deal. Can also doesn't have to go with the what was recommended by the prosecutor's office, even as far as punishment, which I believe I heard non-custodial probation. And then you heard the judge give Controlla a reminder that also that the sentences, as far as the 360 days that she obviously could be facing for 2 charges, could be done continuously, okay, not at the same time. I think she calls it simultaneously or consecutive. Excuse me, it's consecutive. And then we talked about, at the end, you hear her, in that interview, admitting to, let's see, driving a vehicle while operating a handheld device. She admits, which was, what caused the accident. She admits to the, causing the accident, which caused the injury. More specific, which the person said it was a head injury that her daughter was complaining about. And then, of course, you hear that she has to admit to the guilt that she did cause, because of the accident, injury to the passenger or one of the occupants, of the other vehicle she hit. And that they said something about rib, I believe, let's see here, neck, rib, and back pain. So that can all lead to a civil lawsuit, possibly. All right. And then we've got the sentencing that's going to be coming up February 9th. That's going to give the judge opportunity to, go through the pre-sentencing report and maybe have an opportunity for the victim or the, the passenger of the other vehicle to also speak on their behalf. All right, you guys. So I know a lot of y'all had some questions. I hope I answered them. If you have any questions that may have not been able to answer, you can reach me through the DMs. You can reach me through my email. Oh, I almost forgot. See, the EBZ court case update. All right. So EBZ was supposed to have, according to the docket notes here that I shared this with you not too long ago. Let me bring that up here. Oops. There we go. So on this docket note, you can see EBZ was scheduled for a hearing on December the 7th. Okay, that was yesterday. So I was, going to hopefully try to find and see if I could get access to the actual either audio or to the video or the live footage of said hearing yesterday. All right. So as I was preparing for that, one of the things I do is I go back to these docket notes, just to double check the time and everything. And when I did that, I noticed something here. And let me share that with you. So just take a look at it here. So that way we can compare. And I'm not crazy. So towards the bottom in that red circle, you see right there, pretrial conference scheduled for December 7th. Okay. All right. Now watch. All right. Now I'm on actually the website, okay, for the state of Texas having to do with this case. And if you look at the bottom, there's a new note. There you go. Now you can see it. So that pretrial conference that was scheduled for yesterday didn't happen. It was actually now rescheduled for January 31st of next year. So I don't have any footage, and that's because the pretrial conference never happened. Now, I will say this. There are a lot of new paperwork that has populated on this website. If you guys are interested in looking at it, I would suggest you get on here and check it out. I will be sharing this paperwork with the members of the jury. I just haven't had a chance to post that yet, as I just, saw a lot of this stuff yesterday. And as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go ahead and download those files, and I'll go ahead and post that paperwork. And members of the jury, for some of you especially have never accessed that tab, all you do is just go through the main channel page, and you'll see now a little tab on the top that says members of the jury. It's right next to where it says community tab. Now, I'll probably leave that paperwork up for a day or two for the members of the jury. And then as soon as that's been up for a day or two, I'll go ahead and then just change it out to where it'll just be a all public type of post. And that way everybody that's a subscriber to the channel will have access to that paperwork. Now, again, you're more than welcome to access this paperwork anytime you want to. It's public information. You can log on here and get it yourself. But for some of you that aren't as tech savvy or just don't have the time to do that, don't worry. I'll have that all posted up again through the members only tab for a few days, and then I'll transfer that over to a community post tab for everybody to see. And there is some very interesting paperwork. There's actually going to be a little bit more case detail having to do with the incident and some other things, okay? Cat Crazy! Holy moly, Cat Crazy! Celebrating an 8-month anniversary as a triple OG now. Member of the jury, triple OG status. Thanks for always having Sorry. Thanks for always having great coverage. Hugs and kisses. Cat Crazy, thank you so much for being a member of the jury for 8 months, for being a triple OG member and supporter of this channel. Thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great holiday season, my friend. This slam of the gavel goes out to you. And if you got them, spam them if you got them. Gavel, 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 my friends. Oh, shoot. That one almost got the laptop right there. See, that's what we got to watch out for. Well, at least if that happened, we've already played the audio, so. What up, Jilly from Philly? So again, Cat Crazy, thank you so much. And a lot of our new members and even past members, okay, have to say thank you very much to Cat Crazy, because Cat Crazy has gifted a lot of memberships to the jury. So Cat Crazy again, thank you so much for your continued support, my friend. And welcome to the Triple OG Club. As a matter of fact, for some of my members that weren't aware, get quick little update. Next year, or starting next year, I'm going to be updating the jury members section with new loyalty badges, with new emojis. We actually already got one that's going to be ready here pretty soon. Thank you, Sunshinery, for sending me that emoji. And as a matter of fact, Sunshinery just celebrated 6 months. Welcome to the OG Club, Sunshinery. Now you got this one right here next to you, or you should. And I think I'm going to keep that one as the OG. But I'm going to have a new badge for like the double OGs, the triple OGs. And I'm going to remove those ski mask loyalty badges, all right? Because, yeah, we're moving on from that. Well, technically, we'll still be covering him, of course, till his legal stuff's over with. But hey, if you're going to be a loyal member of the jury, I won't do you wrong with one of those crazy pictures of him next to your name. But Sunshinery says, always killing it with a heart and Christmas tree emoji. Sunshinery, thank you again for being a member of the jury and now an OG member of the jury. And I hope you have a great holiday season, my friend. And thank you for your continued support. Hey, and thank you for your help on the emojis. Spam them if you got them, please, my friends. What up, Riot Coke? What up, Sicilian Princess? All right. So, what up, Ronan? I hope that any ski mask updates, Gio? Not really. We went over one on our midweek court update. So, if you didn't catch that midweek court update, I checked that out, that replay, and really all that was just going over some of this new paperwork that we saw that populated up on the oscn.net court docket website, and a lot of people had questions, and that had to do with the paupers paperwork and another piece of paper that was out that had to just do with the bond. So just some old paperwork too. So just kind of gave a clarification on some of that. But as of right now, we are just waiting. Next update for him will be the December 24th. That is I guess they have it as a jury sounding trial, which just means pretty much, I call it an arraignment. Pretty much we're going to see, what he's going to plead to on the charges he can plead to. And then I think he already pled not guilty, excuse me. Either that or the judge already entered that plea for him. The only charge that he can't plead to is going to be the revocation of probation, because that has to do with him not showing up to his probation. Okay, that's already a done, already over with thing. So that one, remember, he was facing originally 90 days of jail. They gave him probation instead, which he didn't do any of it. So he could possibly be facing now those 90 days that he originally should have been sentenced with. Who knows, or more. So again, we're going to find out a lot more on that date. And I will continue to bring you any more continued coverage as we have of the Ski Mask Andy court coverage come that date, my friend. All right. So again, I appreciate everybody's patience for this audio. Again, I know we get spoiled a lot, and it is my fault, because I'll tell you right now, especially some of you have done these FOIA requests, they don't usually come same day, okay? That was something to do with, me having a great relationship with that, that court's clerk office there at the Middlesex Superior Court. I've already personally been down there once, I've met their staff when I was down there, because they're the ones that helped me with my media requests when I was down there to film personally down there. So, that was something I kind of got used to, but in reality, that doesn't happen. So, we had to wait a few days, and kudos to them. I appreciate all their help, all their professionality. I know it's the holidays. They are tied back a lot. So I was happy that at least I got it by the end of week. So as promised, there you go. The audio from the Controlla court case hearing that happened on December 4th. Next hearing will be your sentencing hearing, which is going to happen, February 9th of next year. And we go from there. I'll try my best to provide you the same type of audio footage that we did today, and we'll get an update as far as what happens then. If there's any breaking news as far as having to do with this case between now and then, we're going to break it. You just heard the update on the EBZ court case. Again, that was rescheduled from yesterday to, what did we say again? I apologize. I got so many dates in my head. January 31st, 8:30 a.m. So January 31st, 8:30 a.m. Again, another case for next year. And then do not forget, we are also starting the coverage, or just announced the coverage on the Michelle Goes Live, or otherwise AKA known as Michelle Sabate DUI court case hearing that's going to start February 7th. All right. And as we get closer, and, you know, as I have more breaking news in relation to that case, I will be updating you on that. There's also a lot of other channels, including the Taylor Love channel, which shout out to them if you haven't subscribed or checked them out yet. Great channel that's pretty much providing updates every day on what's going on with that whole shebangle. So I highly suggest you check them out if you have not. All right, let me remove this so you can see this handsome face. Just kidding. No, I want to say thank you again for everybody for joining me on this beautiful Friday. TGIF for all you hardworking Americans out there, and for everybody else that works that may not be from the beautiful United States of America. I want to say thank you to all my mods for taking the time out of your day today for being here and all your support. I want to say thank you to all the members of the jury, including all the new members of the jury. Got a lot of new members this month, for all your continued support. Thank you again for everybody's support today. Again, I'm going to be posting some of that paperwork from the EBZ court case as a members only thing. And then for a few days, then I'll go ahead and post that as a community tab for everybody else to see. But if you cannot wait, no worries. You can access to that publicly online. Okay, again, it's all public information. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through the Instagram. You can find that link on the main page for NJCourts. There's a link there for NJCourts Instagram channel. Let me throw down my email address here if you prefer to communicate via email. This is going to be the email for the channel. Hey, appreciate ICU. Thank you so much. And again, if you have any comments, questions, reach out to me. If there's something I didn't answer here, if I may have missed you in the chat, I apologize, but reach out to me. Be more than happy to answer that for you. So with that being said, what is today? Friday. Usually I have an end of the week update, which will be Sunday. That's if we've got a lot of stuff going on. After today's update, really don't have much, but there could be some breaking news from now till then. So most likely we'll have something going on, whether it's the form of an end of week update or just like a walk and talk or just like a fun IRL. I'm sure you guys will see me sometime this weekend. If there's any breaking news from now until the next time I see you, of course, you know we'll break it. Keep those notifications on so that way you'll know once I go live. I'd appreciate on your way out, my friends, if you enjoyed today's update, if you don't mind smashing that like button, that really helps with the whole algorithm, as they tell me. And I really appreciate. Tells me that we're doing a good job here at the NJCourts channel. And enjoy the rest of your Friday, okay? Remember, keep your head on a swivel. Check that 6. Take some time to love somebody today. And remember, it's getting really close to the holiday. Happy Hanukkah to those that celebrate. I think that started yesterday. And, you know, like I told you, for those last-minute shoppers, get that shopping done because they're getting, you know, again, those truck drivers doing a lot of hard work, but that weather gets nasty and delays come. So, you know, we can't start keeping them to it like, oh, you better no. Give them some time. Let your stuff have some time to get there. So get your Amazonian shopping done now or wherever you shop from, okay? And just my suggestion. And I hope you guys have a great holiday season. For some crazy reason, I don't hear from you, okay? So have a wonderful Friday, my friends. I love you guys until we meet again. NJCourts is officially out of here. Peace, you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios, mis amigos.